All right, we're back, everybody. It is Lay, and I'm excited for today because we have Heishou Pac-Man Branch Outis and Ryoshu to look at today. Two very, very gorgeous, gorgeous IDs, right? With a splash and just the way they look, this shadow organization, the black and gold, obviously reminds me of Bina, first thing that comes to mind, because, we haven't heard from her in a while, and she's not the kind of person to sit down and take it lying down. And so I'm very interested to see what they're about as well once we get to Nocturnal Sweeping. Plus, it is the first look into the Canto 8. And so we're going to see kind of what Canto 8 is about. And so very telling that it is Rupture, and so more Rupture is going to be on the way as well. And so we have to ask, right, if this is the is this the savior Rupture? We'll have to see. But it's looking very, very solid that these two are going to be probably fitting in very, very neatly and squarely and also comfortably into your frontline Rupture team, or to fit into Rupture directly after your Devia team swaps out as well, right? And so we can see off the bat, if we just zoom in, your first skill is a slot skill, 2 coin slot skill, blind step, skill 1. You'll see these skills have both this top feature, which is the speed feature. Unit speed is fast and target speed by X amount, gain coin power, as well as this one, on use if the target has X Rupture or more, gain coin power. We're finally somehow free. It took a complete other Gano to be free of the 315 curse, which is, if the target has a 3 Rupture count or 15, it was a travesty. Terrible design. I think on paper it looked kind of okay or smart, but in application we needed something that could make the count go higher than 3. So we can at least build up Rupture count a little bit faster. It is a little scary, but now that the power level of all the other archetypes has gone higher, I think we're going to see Rupture try to catch up as well. And very solid S1 as well. Blink Step has pretty decent, for what it seems like, it'll be decent at clashing, if not pretty good, and inflicts Rupture as well. And then plus, at a certain amount of speed, we'll have a third coin. So that this is the one that like dashes through the enemies. We saw in the trailer that dashes 3 times or dashes twice. This is the third dash, is going to be conditionally on your speed. So this is going to be kind of similar in a lot of ways to sync, some of the sync guys, which is like at a certain number of speed, if you're faster than your opponent, you're going to get benefits, and at certain speed, you're going to get benefits as well. And so skill 2 with the glut skills, skill 2, 2 coin, perforating kill. This one also does do the same line as well as the first skill. I don't know why. It's because the defense skill is blocking it. I was wondering why the cutting off the line is different, but it is, the first 2 conditionals are the same. So outspeeding the opponent gives you coin power, as well as having Rupture the enemy gives you coin power as well. This one has a special one. If the enemy is not clashing you, if it's an unopposed attack, inflicts Rupture count, and also inflicts Rupture count on both their coins as well. Plus some damage and haste next turn. Super, super solid S2. 3 different times where it applies Rupture count, so this could definitely go like crazy positive. And we've needed a crazy positive Rupture count skill for a while. Having 2 copies, pretty decent. Plus, it has an unopposed attack, inflicts Rupture count. We might see this actually roll like, not super crazy, because these days I feel like a lot of S2s like already roll like 25, 27. Like there's some high rolling S2s out there. And I think this could be a way for it to like reel in the power a little bit, because they're saying, hey, listen, you don't need to have that crazy clash power, just like something middling, right? Because kind of what you want is to not clash. Like, yeah, sometimes you need to clash, but the main benefit comes when he is the assassin or she is the assassin, and she comes in with an unopposed attack for bonus, for maximum efficiency. Third skill, it is the Gloom skill, 3-coin Gloom skill, Curse Writ Butcher Blade. So now we know what the blade is called. It is the Curse Writ Butcher Blade. It has like the curse writing, the gold text on it. Very, very, very Chinese. A lot of like ancient Chinese mythos stuff has like that stuff on the blade as well. But it is, let's see. It has that conditional again, the same, similar to Sync in the ways where it says, it multiplies the speed difference by the Rupture potency, and then does some more damage. Basically rewards you for having more speed than your opponent. Plus, still has the coin power based on speed difference, and also still has the coin power based on the rupture count on opponent or rupture potency on opponent. This one also still has the rupture count application on opposed attack, and you gain Strider Mao, which is, as you can see on the side, haste next turn. Rupture, Death Right Haste, which is a bonus damage dealer. We'll see that in a second as well. But this one applies a debuff on the enemy called Death Right Haste, and also has a fourth coin if you have a certain amount of speed as well. And on the reuse hit, applies Death Right Haste again. And we'll see what the passives do right here. Strider Mao is a max of 3 count and gives you haste next turn based on the Strider, plus reduced to the end of the turn. Very, very solid, regular speed up, haste passive. Plus, she has a regular different haste in her S2 as well. So haste here, and then Strider Mao for haste next turn as well. 2 different ways to get haste next turn. So you're going to be really, really fast. And then Death Right Haste is a stack of 3. And then when the enemy, so when you pop Rupture on somebody with Death Right Haste, they will, and at certain speeds, you'll lose stacks and then gain Rupture count. So this is another way for the enemy to gain Rupture count. And then once the Death Right Haste is fully popped, you take the damage based on your potency. So you actually gain, you take another Rupture damage on the enemy. So this is a really, really strong debuff, actually. Like, not only is it similar in some ways to, what we've had so far, like sitting on the crutch of Talisman, another way to apply Rupture count for basically anybody. Anybody can pop this and get Rupture count if they're fast enough, and then also deal some damage as well once it expires. And so we're going to see this really, really strong, actually. You can apply 2 of these with Curse Red Butcher Blade, and then somebody can apply 2 count, and then 1 count, and then pop the Rupture potency. So it makes one of them for free, so you plus 3 already. Super, super strong passive. And then also the defense skill, Partial Heishou Mutation, which is interesting to say mutation. It must be related to the hair tail that they have, like this hair body mutation. Not like hair as in like hair on your head, but hair as in like rabbit, whatever. Anyway, clashable counter. You gain Strider Mao for yourself as well, and then also gain base power if you're fast with your opponent. And so you'll probably see this pretty middling clash. It could clash pretty high, actually, even though it's a 1 coin with probably not crazy coin power. You might still see this middling clash. I could see like 17 to 20 for sure, for sure. Like a very, very, very relevant possibility. And then also inflicts count as well. So this Outis is like a count generator. And honestly, I have to say, like, this is what we needed for so long, which is the count generation. And for Ryoshu, I'm going to go through really quickly as well, because they are very similar. They have basically the same thing. This unit has Strider Mao, and the target has Strider Haste, deal more damage for every Strider Mao. And then support passive is the ally with the fastest speed. When attacking targets with Rupture, deals more damage. So this, even on the bench, the hairs will help you out. And Ryoshu has a very, very similar kit. You can see, I'm going to zoom in. Although she covers different elements, so she has a lust skill and a pride skill. Strider Unleashed. She even has like her cute little writing as well, but she has her blink step, which is like the dash through and through and through. And then she has this extra line on her skill 2 and skill 3. So she has this extra line skill 2, which is that skill 3's damage difference in speed and Rupture damage, potency, percentage damage. She has it also on her skill 2 as well as her skill 3, and plus she has a little bit more damage as well on her skill 3. So she's the one that does more damage, but I believe she inflicts more Rupture. She inflicts less Rupture count, or at least different places. So as you can see, it's slightly different as written, and perforating kill, and I'll gut you with a Cursing Grave Sword and Curse Red Butcher Blade are very ever so slightly different, but very much so. Like, the main components are all the same. They're all there. You gain Strider Mao, you gain you inflict Death Right Haste, and then when you have enough speed, you'll reuse coin. So basically, gaining speed is the name of the game. and then popping for big damage. Also being the team's Rupture count applicator. So while she sacrifices a little bit more Rupture count application, she, dishes out more damage. This is the high Rupture count one. If your team needs Rupture count, you actually might find Outis to be a little bit more effective. But obviously, like, every team needs a nuke as well. And so you're probably going to be seeing these two side by side as well. And will be good, actually, to be second stringers on the bench. I can definitely see them being deployed in 7th and 8th slots and come out once Deviate Raja and Deviate Sinclair switch out. And then you'll have these two on the bench ready to inflict more Rupture count, as well as, deal some damage after they applied their support passive a little bit. But yeah, it's all the same across the board. The two abilities are very, very similar, so not much different to talk about in this kit at all. It is the same passive as well, and the same support passive. Oh, sorry, this one is a little bit different. The support passive only gives haste next turn instead of also increasing Rupture, damage. So actually, you might want only Outis on the bench and just her sitting there in the front as well, and then swap somebody in. Because if Outis on the bench, it'll give the buff probably most likely to Ryoshu, because she has so many states where she can apply haste and stride her mount to herself. She'll probably be hitting, if she has good base value speeds, she could be hitting somewhere even around like 10 to 11 speed. Like, it's definitely within the realm of possibility, and it's very exciting to see, and think about like where the Rupture is going to go. This like very fast, hard-hitting comp with a lot of switch-ins and switch-outs, flexible team. Overall, like very, very exciting. So that's going to be the video, guys. I appreciate you. See you guys next time.